Welcome to this YouTube video where I explain how I built the best community online money space that prints money on autopilot. Stay until the end of this video if you want to learn how I make multiple six figures with this. Super easy, super simple, and if you want to learn how I did it and how I built this whole thing. So in this whole video we will cover what a community even is. Spoiler alert, majority of people get this wrong. They really don't know what a real community is. Where people most mess up, how I built mine and why mine is the shit and literally the best one in the market, and how it will keep printing me money and change lives. So who am I to tell you anything? So I'm Danilo. I build a community of killers called Helix that makes me money without me even having to work. I build an events company for elite online entrepreneurs, and I'm making stupid money living other people's dream life. So here are just a few screenshots to prove that everything is true. Here we just have like from the past month or something, a Stripe screenshot. Then we have like a quick win from someone in the community who says, as a part of a long-term vision of building dev agencies, blah, blah, onboarded a game development company, closed the first client for 12K for a completely new agency. Then he says here, they closed a UK government client worth 200K plus pounds, which is a lot of money. So people inside of the community are real ballers, right? So you see, this is not some random ass dude, this is very serious people. Now let's get into the video. So number one, what the fuck even is a good community? Because at the start I said people don't really know what it is. But first, let me tell you what a community is not. It's not a school community where you teach people some random BS. School is just a glorified course hosting platform disguised as a place where you can build a community. So if you look at it, school is a platform where majority of people just host their courses. They have the community tab, but the community tab is so bad in terms of like a community building feature that, yeah, it's just very great marketing by Alex Ramosi and Sam Ovens who say, okay, well, build your own community and stuff, whereas it's not. It's just like people sell courses there. And the thing is, as I said, most communities are not actual communities. They're just online group with a bunch of people in there. No one knows each other. There's no interaction or sense of community because you simply don't care about the other people who are in there. You mainly care about the product or the person behind it. The definition of a community is the condition of sharing or having certain attitudes and interests in common and caring about each other. And obviously, if all of you guys join a school community where they talk about personal development or learning X, Y, Z, yeah, that's certain attitudes and interests you have in common, sure, but you don't really care about the other people at all. You don't know who the other people are, and that's the main issue here. That's why it's not a community, it's just a course, right? An actual community, people know each other, help each other, but most importantly, care about each other. That's the most important thing, because you actually build relationships with these guys. And this can only happen if you have many touch points and build actual relationships with people. So here we have a screenshot of Helix, of my own community again as well, where Liam says, biggest W of the month surely owes everyone else around, because every month we talk about wins and how much money people make and how much you improve and stuff. And then the other guy says, I might have to claim the spot. At the start of the month, he says, like, so many deals on the line, I might have to take a spot. And he says, that's fine, don't carry on, please. Super easy, super simple. The guy's joking, the guy's talking about their W's and stuff because they know each other. It's just like an amazing synergy within the group. And now let's get into the second part. It's where most people mess up. And I have a few pictures in here just so it looks more cool, less boring. This is me and a few friends two months ago where we went out clubbing in Serbia when we celebrated my birthday together. So there's usually three types of communities. Number one is addition to a course, right? As I mentioned earlier, all of these school communities are not real communities. They're just an addition to a course. Second one is high-end business mastermind. And the third one is usually a brokey community. So the thing is, all of them are shit, and here's why. If you have it as an addition for the course, there's too many people and there's no focus on actually developing a community. The community is there just so people can say, oh wow, we have this as a value add, you meet all the other cool like-minded people, blah, 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 blah. But there's no infrastructure set in place where people can actually meet, each other and talk to each other, and that's a huge issue. So it's just like a value stack there that is not developed at all. And then if you look at the high-end business mastermind, you have people who are only there for the biz sauce, not for connecting. So I'm part of high-level business masterminds, and it's very hard to connect with people on a deeper level there, because if you pay 20 grand per year for a mastermind, you're just looking to mainly get the business value, because that's what everything is about. That's your main objective. Your objective is not to meet friends for life there. Your objective is to grow the business. And therefore you're less receptive for relationships or for things of that that nature to happen. And the third one is a brokey community, basically. So the leader has no clue what he's doing. There's no vetting process he's just trying to get everyone in. And it is a complete waste of time. Because I was approached by a dude on Instagram who said, hey man, what you're doing? I said, I run the events and community company. He said, great, I run a community too. Here's the link, you can join it. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? It's like, you have no clue who I am. You didn't do any, like, there was no vetting process. You have no clue what my values are. You have no clue what's going on in my life or if I'm a good fit, and you just send me the link to join your community. So there's a bunch of people, especially beginners, who just randomly start their own communities that make no sense and where it's just zero value for people to join. And the thing is, when you join a new community, usually these problems arise. And I know that because I've been there. And if you join one, you probably know this as well, because it's a common theme and it happens everywhere. You enter a new environment of already existing relationships you don't really want to interrupt, or you don't know how to fit in. Because most online entrepreneurs are introverts, and meeting new people is very hard because there is no infrastructure in place. So you join this new group and you see all of these conversations are already going on, and you don't want to interrupt. You don't want to be like, hey guys, I'm here as well. So even though you're surrounded by many people, you're still alone because you're just basically watching from the sidelines. You never get to play the game, and that's a huge issue. And there's no one doing something against this because there's so many other things they focus on. That's point number one. And point number two, even if you get to meet people there are no relationships that are being developed. Because you firstly have to understand how relationships are developed, right? Which is through many touch points, which you don't have it all. Because usually what happens is that you jump on a call with someone, then you have a cool conversation or whatever, and then you follow each other on Instagram or you stay connected via chat, and then like keeps going on for a while, and then you basically never talk again, or talk once in 6 months when you reply to each other's Instagram stories, something like that. So you basically wasted your time when you hopped on a call with someone because you're never going to talk to a person again. And that's just how it goes. There's no relationship building involved at all. So you have to solve these two problems, otherwise the community won't work. Because by definition, you have no community, right? We defined earlier what a community is, and by definition, people don't have communities. So, and people don't know this shit though. So you want to know the worst thing? They don't even know the basics, right? Before you start a community or before you join a community, you need to ask yourself these two questions. Who is this community for, and what should these people get out of this community? It is super simple, and there's a huge disclaimer here. People say, oh yeah, my community is for like-minded guys to meet. Guess what? That's the purpose of every community, but you have to go a bit deeper because otherwise it makes no sense. It's just not deep enough. And yeah, meeting people is a very bad value proposition because that is obvious. And a good example for this is a acquaintance of mine, a guy that I knew who posted on Instagram, yeah, this is my community that I'm starting, and it's for online entrepreneurs to meet, to have great value exchange, this and that. And I'm like, cool, every community is like that, but why is yours different? And then you have to go really deep into it. Is it for everyone to make more money? Do we discuss business deals? Do we do this? Do we do that? So you join the community because you want to make more money, not because you learned something, but because people share deals with each other. Or do you really focus on the brotherhood building? Do you focus on learning new skills? You really have to focus on something and then develop the community around it. Because if you know that, no matter if you start a community or if you look to join one, you always have to have these two questions. And then you exactly know if you're the right fit or if it makes sense to start something like this. And after a while, all of them die out because no one really cares anymore. Because at the start it sounds cool, but then you just stop caring, and that's usually how it goes. And here is a picture of me hosting a live call with like 60 people on all of this like whole topic, networking, meeting other people, meeting like-minded guys. If you want to know how you can meet like-minded people super easily, effortlessly, and basically overcoming all this pain, you can click the first link in the bio and grab the gift that I give to people where they can easily do all of that stuff without having to turn an extrovert or do any weird stuff to meet like-minded guys. But now let's get into the third point, which is how I built mine and why my community is the shit. So this is a screenshot from a month ago where a friend reached out to me and said, bro, I don't care, I'm joining Helix ASAP, my community. I've been fucking, I'm not reading this out loud, not realizing how important this is, having A players in your back, not only in business, but friendships, people who hear that you're in a bad period and immediately reach out to you to help. So first of all, obviously, in order to get here, this didn't happen by accident, right? Step one is you have to be crystal clear on the main two questions. Who for and what for, right? We clarified this earlier. For me, it is for online entrepreneurs making over 10K per month who have no real connections in the space and are tired of superficial relationships. So my main focus is brotherhood building, right? This is how you start a community. You have to be crystal clear on what you want and who is it for and what is it for, and then everything else becomes so much easier. And this sounds so compelling to people because they've experienced this pain. They've experienced how horrible it is when you don't know the right guys, when you just meet some random ass dudes you're never going to talk about again, and when you don't have good friends. And therefore, it sells so well, it gets so good. The next thing is getting members, right? So what I did was I started by inviting some of my best friends who aligned with the vision and committed to being active for free. This is not for everyone, only people who are truly bought in, right? Because people will say, oh yeah, it sounds great, I'm down, but then they completely forget about it and they don't engage, and you don't want inactive members. So 10 members invited, I invited 10 members, and all of them invited one good friend each who loved the vision as well. So soon we get to 20 members with a great mix of new people and friends already knowing each other. But, and now the big but is, the amount of people is completely unimportant if the engagement is not there. An active community of 20 people is better than an inactive community of 200 or 2,000 people. That's number one, the most important metric to go after. And then step 3 is improve, right? So first of all, you get clear on what you want and what the community is about. Step 2 is you get the first members in. And then step 3 is improve. So I listened to what people inside of the community wanted and just added more and more and more features all of them wanted to see. So we came up with the following features. For example, value presentation for every member who joins. So if you want to join Helix, you have to provide a value presentation, like a presentation, a topic of your choice, ideally your expertise, for like 10 to 60 minutes. We have everything, and just give it to the community for free just to show, okay, you're in here for the long run and to provide value as well. That's one thing. Monthly cigar night. So once a month we hop on a call, we hang out, we don't talk about business or anything else. It's just like the boys having a great chat. Then we have external expert calls. So once per month, crazy ass experts that I know, like good friends of mine, hop on as guest speakers and deliver a great presentation on whatever topic. Can be marketing, ads, business, health, lifestyle, whatever. It can be everything. Then we have challenges. So here, for example, you have one chat, which is the pull-up challenge, where people just 1 month, like at the start of the month, they do like max pull-ups they can do, and then boom, 1 month later they do them again, and we just see how much everyone improved, right? And we have various challenges like these. We have a YouTube channel, YouTube challenge, pull-up challenge, rise challenge, where we track how much everyone works, all of that stuff. Like we have a bunch of challenges with everyone loves, which is just engagement boosting. Then we have events as well. Obviously, I first built the events company before I built the community. And with the events, everyone comes, everyone loves them, people meet in person. That's truly the most powerful thing. But most importantly, and I can't stress this enough, are the tribes. If you're on your own community, copy me, please. I just want communities all over to improve, and this is literally the best feature that you can have, which is how we set it up is, please just call them differently. Subgroups of 5 people who jump on a weekly call to talk about everything in regards to business, life, struggles, wins, etc. Right? So it's basically a little accountability group where you put like-minded guys, like who are kind of like in the same business together, and then you just let them do their thing. You just let them talk about business, talk about everything. You give them the structure. And this way you solve the 2 main problems. You solve the problems of not meeting new people and people not building any relationships. Because from the start, when you join, you already meet 4 new guys that you jump on a weekly call with. So now you build actual relationships with people because you talk to them more and more and more frequently, right? So the crazy thing here is there's many introverted guys. As we said earlier, they don't want to interrupt already like an established environment. So what we do here is we just put them in a new, smaller environment where they have to talk. Like it's inevitable for you to connect with other guys if I put you in a call with 4 other guys, and that on a weekly basis. So you meet 4 new people and you build a lasting relationship with them because you talk on a weekly basis. And it is the best community in the market for building brotherhood-like relationships, specifically because no one else does the shit that we do, and no one built the community together with the people who were there from the start, right? So from the start, I listened to all of that stuff. And the coolest thing is that like this stuff, like with the tribes, I didn't even come up with this myself. Someone had the idea to do this, and I was like, okay, let's implement this, right? So if you want to join a community like this, which focuses on building actual friendships, provide value, and meeting brothers for life, you can book a call with using the link in the description. Disclaimer, this is only for people who make more than 10K per month. It is costly. So if you really are a high level entrepreneur and you want to meet like-minded people, book a call using the link in bio. And then step number 4 is make more and more money, right? At some point, your community provides so much value that people feel bad for not giving you money, right? If you start doing it for free and your people see like you're just constantly doing, improving, then they become your friends and they'll be like, hey brother, like you should start charging. When I was at the start and I wanted to charge 1,500, a friend said, bro, you can charge 4 or 5K for this as well easily. I was like, okay, makes sense. And now we charge more than that. So then what you can do is you can start charging everyone a cheaper rate that you would normally charge because they were there from the beginning, and now you have easy sales. So you say, for example, hey brother, my plan is to charge 3 or 4K for this in the future. You get it for 1,500, and you even have the option to pay this monthly instead of upfront, right? So 150 per month, boom, easy sales. Everyone will say yes. And then after 1 month of work building the shit up, you already have like recurring revenue. And the question now is like how it will keep printing me money and change lives, right? This is the last chapter of this video. With a community, the product is the people. So the better the people inside a community, the better is your community. And this is very important to understand. It's not about just getting everyone in who would pay you. It is about getting quality members in. And that's also what many people get wrong. Unfortunately enough, from the start, I focus more on personality of my members than their bank account to ensure we have an amazing environment. Obviously, there's good people with a lot of money and there's bad people with a lot of money. But on the flip side, you also have good people with no money, but also bad people with no money. So you shouldn't just focus on how much money does someone have. You should always focus on the personality. And this led to everyone absolutely loving Helix and therefore inviting more and more people because they wanted to have their friends in as well now. And now the community grows itself just from referrals. We have all the infrastructure implemented. I have to work like 5 hours per week, maybe on the community itself. Obviously I do more, but the minimum is 5 hours per week, where I still ensure growth because people invite all of their friends and we grow just from referrals only. And it makes you more and more money and changes lives because your network is your net worth. Indeed, everybody says that and it's just so true. So here I just posted a few screenshots where someone said, like at the start, this is Serge and Andre who met through Helix, who joined forces, who built this new business together and then boom, easily signed their first 12K client. Then we have here Jano, for example, who got a new lead who he closed for 14K. Shout out to Joshua, someone else in the community who referred the client, right? So Joshua referred Jano the client, he made 14K super easy. If he wouldn't do that if they wouldn't know each other through the community, and if Joshua wouldn't know that that Jano overall provides great website services. Then we have Kush, who always said he wants to start his personal brand, who wants to start his YouTube channel, but he didn't do it because he never found the time. When then people said, yo brother, we have this challenge going on, personal branding, let's fucking get at it. And he started and now he loves it. He already has like 10, 12 videos online. Then we have Liam, who has his first post up on LinkedIn, got some bangers in the pipeline, but did one in the subject lines to start, right? Liam, who also started his LinkedIn journey more and more seriously after being motivated by the guys in here. And then we have David, who also was afraid of posting his first YouTube video, even though he's making a lot of money. And yeah, now he posted his first YouTube video, which is amazing. So in Helix in total, I think we have like 7 or 8 guys who started their YouTube channels after joining because they saw everyone else does it, and it's just a bit weird if you don't do it because you're afraid, and that's what the boys are for, just to help you overcome your own mental limitations. So long story short, if you want to build an awesome community and make a lot of money, deliver an amazing product, and it will inevitably happen. And again, towards the end of this video, if you want to join a community like this, which focuses on building actual friendships, provide value and meeting brothers for life, book a call with the link in the description. And if you want to learn the #1 thing that holds most entrepreneurs back, you can watch my most recent video where I really go in depth into the whole topic and what you should change in order to achieve the next level. I hope you liked the video and I see you in the next one. Bye bye.